Okay, the next module that we're going to discuss here is called Consultant Database Reporting. And I don't know if I really like the name of the module. Perhaps I'll change it to something else in here, because consultant databases is really only one of its uses. Possibly the original use for why this thing was built. But basically what this is kind of a query by example data mining tool for your Mars database. What it allows you to do is it allows you to generate custom queries into your Mars database to aid in generating AUM and portfolio accounts. Where do you use this? Normally in filling out consultant database questionnaires. But you can really get some nice insight into your book of business, if you will, by using this tool and keeping your attribute codes up to date. Because what it allows you to do is oftentimes you'll get RFP questions when you're competing for institutional kind of business, where people are asking you, how many portfolios did you have 3 years ago? What is the gain loss per quarter and things like that. So what this allows you to do is go back into time and generate those kind of numbers. It can't read the future yet, but what you can do is you can save any of the queries that you generate and recall them at a later date. So what you could do is you could actually build queries using this tool that sort of mirror the questions contained on the consultant databases. But due to copyright issues on many of these questionnaires, I'm sort of reluctant to distribute anything with the application that sort of kind of mimics some of these consultant questionnaires. But I'm going to show you how to use the tool, and I think that you're going to find that it is very, very easy to use. Also contained in this module is some standard firm-wide asset under management type of reporting. There's a standard report that spits out portfolio codes and balances for based on a period. We've got recap reports across product types and marketing classes. We've got top 5 portfolios by AUM split out by marketing classes with and without detail, and we've also got the infamous AUM gain lost and internally transferred type of reports that are kind of standard questions. So there's probably some more that I want to be doing in this particular module over time. But it's one of those things. I had a choice of delivering something or delivering nothing, and I think what we've got here is a very, very nice head start here. But I'm probably expecting additional ideas to come in from the field based upon how you're using this, and I'll develop a phase 2 type of game plan here on additions to this particular module. So let's go ahead here and see it in action. So this one lives under firm-wide consultant database reporting. And let me give you the lay of the land here. Basically, these are the profiles or the queries that you are able to generate that will then go in and mine the database. And so this box here that says run a profile, this would run the highlighted profile. Then you can see here I've got some standard reports. Basically this box and this period box drives the standard reports, and these things kick out to Excel. Just for an example of a standard report, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this because you can run this on your own. I'm going to build a portfolio code and balances report as of 2008-12. So I'm going to click OK, and what he'll do, well, he's already done, isn't he? Yep, view the report. Here you go. So this gives you your client ID linkages, your portfolio ID, your portfolio description, your various codes, and then out here at the end, we've got stuff like your AUM, your asset allocation, and So anyhow, this is very, very similar to the report that clients of ASAP Advisor Services use. We've also got some other reports, but I think the star of the show here in this particular module is the query by example here. And what I'm going to do is let me go through and I'm going to show you what this is and what this does. Basically, we have a programmable table here, and I think before I explain this, I think I'm just going to go ahead and run it for you and show you what this thing does. Okay. What we have got here is across the top, these are all of the various product codes or products that this particular money manager manages. So they've got a core bond strategy, they've got a corporate bond strategy, they've got an intermediate strategy, and then here these are the totals. And what I've done on here, I'm now going to drill into what I've defined here. If you notice, the column value or the value across the top of the page here, I said the column value is the product code, but I can use marketing group, primary marketing class, what pension type it is, what the tax status is. Any of those various fields can then be summed on an AUM basis and then counted and then totaled up. So what I've done on this particular illustration is I've said, okay, across the top, give me the product code. As a first level hierarchy, I want the tax status, and then as a level 2 hierarchy, I want the primary marketing class. Okay, so what I did was I defined that with nothing explicitly included, and this is what the result was. So let me go do another one, and so for example here, I'm going to call this tax exempt by marketing class. So what I will do is I will, across the top, I'm going to say tax status, and I'm going to take the primary marketing class here. And I'm going to save this guy, and I'm going to run him as of 2008-12, and you see it gave me a completely different grid here. It gave me my tax exempt at the top, my taxable at the top, and then it gave me down the side my primary marketing class. Now I can further go in here and I can say, well, I don't know, I think what I want to do here is let's first go by pension type and then by marketing class, and I want to make sure that I only want to take a look at defined benefit. So what I'm doing here is I'm explicitly including defined benefit. So I go save here, I rerun this guy, and so now I have only my defined benefit, and it makes sense that now I only get tax exempt accounts across the top. So basically what I have built here is I have built the ability for you to generate AUM counts and drill downs into your database that basically drive off of the attribute codes that we discussed earlier in the earlier here in this call. So let's go back in here and edit here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take pension type off of here. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to rerun this guy. And you see now that my taxable comes back in here. So I've got my taxable stuff. So this is all not a pension plan. So my only defined contribution of plan was one bank. So maybe you say, wait a minute, I don't have any defined contribution plans. which account was this. You could double click at any intersection here and it will drill into that table and show you which account that was. So I can say, portfolio 98. No, that's not defined contribution, that's defined benefit. So let me go back in here in my attribute coding. I go back into portfolio 98, and instead of defined contribution, I go defined benefit. I close this, I rerun this, and now everything lines up in a defined benefit. So this can also help you go narrow down perhaps any spurious results you may get, or if you get a lot of things coming up in a blank classification, that'll give you an indication that you've got some accounts that are uncoded. So here again, when I drill into these various things, so let me take a look at my various public funds here. And you can see we've got quite a few of them. Just like any other table within Mars, it basically shows you when their exception date is, what the various classifications were, the AUM, and then here again you can right mouse click this thing. You can export it right into Excel, and you can use this for your own kind of use here. So this is really kind of a data mining tool, and this was my first this is how I first envisioned this module, was give you something that's kind of free form so that you can pull the information that you want out of the system. So here again, let's create another one of these things. Let me go and I'm going to do this one. I'm going to call composites, no column. So I'm not going to use a column value this time. I'm going to go by composite membership, and then I'm going to go by my primary marketing class. So I'm going to click Save. I'm going to build my grid. And so you see that we've got this many aren't included in a composite. Okay, because this is all blank here, so we've got some banks, some corporates. Now, in our corporate composite, so this is our corporate composite, which means that this would be the corporate investment strategy, not necessarily that it is a corporate type marketing class. So anyhow, you can also define these with no breakdown across the top, and you can just do it down the side. So basically, it's just going to give you a total. So total accounts not in a composite as of 2008-12, 40 out of 57. Okay, 14 of them are in the corporate composite. 3 of them are in the intermediate composite. I can go back in here and I can edit this, and I can say, no, I don't want composite membership. We'll go by product code. I just go Save. I rerun it, and here we go. So these are our core bond accounts. These are our corporately managed. These are our intermediates. So as you can see, this will go in, this will drill in, it'll grab AUM. Something else that has been requested from me over the years is the ability to toggle on and off accrued interest. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to run the same thing, except I'm only going to include the market value and not include accrued interest. So I'm going to say Save here. So let's see if this thing works. We've got 7,119,000,000. So I'm going to run it again without accrued interest. And sure enough, these values now do not include accrued interest. So anyhow, we're running down to our last 5 minutes here. And I think I'm going to begin wrapping up here. So I think that I've given you a decent overview of what the consultant database reporting does here. And I think I'm going to end here with a public service announcement, and then I'm going to go to a quick Q&A.